Good morning. I'm Capuchin Father Blaine Burkey, and I've been asked to add a video to the province's Year of St. Joseph series before the end of the year on December the 8th. I'm 86 years old now, and in my early years, I used to like going to school. As a senior in high school, however, I had an excellent opportunity to attend a course in research by our own Father Simon Conrad in his classroom. And from then on, I have to confess, I loved doing research more than sitting in a classroom. When I was in senior college one day, we went to the classroom. Without any warning, we learned that the day was a free day, no class. The reason was to celebrate the feast of St. Joseph, to whom we were told the Capuchins have always had a strong devotion. I never heard of that before, but I loved that free day and began researching the Capuchins' strong devotion to St. Joseph. I found tons of material proving that was true, and thought for a while of publishing a book on Capuchin devotion to St. Joseph. And I actually published a small book on St. Lawrence of Brindisi's theology of St. Joseph. It's at our Joseph and the Franciscans webpage. You ought to go look at it. The rest of my research is still sitting in a box over in our archives. Meanwhile, I came across a lot of other things that the popes had to say about St. Joseph. I wrote to St. Joseph's Oratory in Montreal, the world capital of devotion to St. Joseph, saying in my naivety that I had a collection of about 200 writings and acts of the popes, which I thought would make a good article for their journal, the Cahiers de Josephologie. They answered, saying they were very interested, but would want me to first look at the collection that they had on hand. They hoped I would be interested in making my collection a little more complete. I spent at least 2 or 3 weeks of each of the next dozen or so years in Montreal working on that project, and ended up publishing 5 volumes of information on over 3,000 interventions by the popes and their Vatican offices, which in various ways promoted St. Joseph and devotion to him. Entitled Pontificia Josephina, the 5 volumes covered the 132 years of the 8 popes from Blessed Pius XI to Blessed John Paul I. In the course of that time, I also wrote a report on St. John the 23rd, Pope of St. Joseph, which appeared in the American Ecclesiastical Review. It's still accessible on the web, as well as I wrote an article on the increase of devotion in recent years to St. Joseph, which appeared in the Marian Era and Immaculata magazines. And I had a wonderful privilege in 1970 of attending the world celebration in Rome of the centenary of Pius IX, declaring Joseph patron of the Universal Church. I delivered a paper there telling how the Franciscans were responsible for adding the Feast of St. Joseph to the calendar of the Universal Church. When I finished publishing the Acts of Paul VI in 1985, I already had located hundreds of writings and acts from John Paul II's reign, and I was ready to begin volume 6. But the Oratory did not want to begin publishing his acts while he was still alive. He lived another 20 years, during which time I became involved in many other projects. Well, c'est la vie. Gina Francis, our Capuchin events director, insisted I should tell you about all this because she was sure you would be interested. I hope she was right. Thank you for your attention. And as many recent popes have said, using Pharaoh's Old Testament words, go to Joseph.